Hello, this is Left Turn Productions, and welcome to your Cup Series Season number 4, Race number 3, here at Calebville. Finally, I know, right? Seems like forever since I've uploaded one of these things. Anyway, we got 40 cars here, taking on the .95 mile superspeedway. Before we get started, let's run down your starting grid. Row 1, you got the defending champion Kyle Busch getting the pole here today, alongside Clint Bowyer, who still hasn't won a York Cup Series race. Row 2, we have Kevin Harvick looking to break a long winless streak, and Kyle Larson alongside him. Row 3, you've got Eric Jones and Brad Keselowski. Row 4, Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch. And row 5, Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott. Row 6, you have Eric Almirola and Martin Truex Jr., who won here last time we were at this track. Row 7 is Joey Logano and Daniel Suarez. Row 8, Denny Hamlin and Paul Menard. Row 9, Alex Bowman and Ryan Newman. And row 10, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and William Byron. Row 11, Jamie McMurray and Justin Allgaier. Row 12, Darrell Wallace Jr. and Austin Dillon. Row 13 is Cole Custer and Ryan Truex. Row 14, Trevor Bayne and Tyler Reddick. And row 15 is Spencer Davis and Ryan Reed. Row 16, you got Michael McDowell and Ty Majeski. Row 17, Zane Smith making his first career start, alongside him teammate John Hunter Nemechek. Row 18 is AJ Allmendinger with a new paint scheme, and alongside him is Austin Theriault, also making his debut. Row 19 is David Reagan and Brendan Poole, and alongside them, in the final row, you have Ty Dillon and J.J. Yaley. So there's going to be 10 laps around this racetrack. Just barely a short track, but still only 10 laps. But we do have a DNQ here, is the 23 of Gray Galding, and also the 53 of Casey Kane had to withdraw from the race because Casey Kane was having some issues, and they could not find a replacement in time, so they'll be back next weekend, though. Granted, they can make the race, but there are exactly 40 cars starting that race, so he will, in fact, make the race. So, no Gray Galding or Casey Kane here today, but they'll both be in the next race at Bristol. So here we go. They're coming to the green flag now, and the green flag waves, and we're underway here at Calebville. Kyle Busch gets out to a good jump. Coming down the backstretch, Stewart-Haas Racing teammates Harvick and Bowyer fighting for second place. They're already 3 wide, further back in the pack. As they come off turn 4, here's a flyby of the field. They've got 3 wide in a few places. Somebody gets turned sideways. It's not going to be a good deal there. Speaking of 3 wide, look at Kevin Harvick making a big move on the bottom. He's going to try to take the lead away. And he will. He leads lap 2, and they're 3 wide for second. Eric Jones backs out. Brad Keselowski now going for the spot from Kyle Busch. Oh, we got a big wreck. Ty Majeski, Austin Theriault, and John Hunter Nemechek all get involved. The first caution is going to come out here on lap number 3. Alright, so I'm testing this new replay system for future races to get better camera angles on what happens during these cautions. So, here's what caused the caution here. You can see there's Ty Majeski right there in the center of your screen. Next to him, Tyler Reddick, and behind him, Ryan Reed. Looks like Reed and Reddick made contact, and that sent Majeski hard into the outside wall. Nothing that Theriault or John Hunter Nemechek could do. That is definitely not the debut that the 92 of Austin Theriault was looking for. Again, let's look at it again there. Looks like Reed might have slid up into Reddick. Nothing that Reddick could have done in that situation, or Majeski. And again, Austin Theriault, John Hunter Nemechek, nowhere to go, stuck on the high side. So we're going to have a restart here on lap number 3. We'll get you back to the restart now. Coming back to the restart, Kevin Harvick is your leader. Keselowski alongside. Who will get the better jump? Kyle Busch shoving the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Out of turn 2 and down the backstretch, it looks like Harvick. No, Busch makes a 3-wide move into turn 3. A lot like what Harvick did earlier in the race. He's not going to quite clear Harvick here. Harvick led that lap barely. Lap number 4 now. They're still side by side. Clint Bowyer has taken over the 3rd spot. Look at Harvick running Kyle Busch down the racetrack. And now Busch looks to clear Harvick off of turn 4. Not quite. He led the lap, but Harvick's still there. And here comes Clint Bowyer. He's going to try to have a run at it. Here on lap number 5, Harvick getting pushed by his teammate Bowyer, and Harvick's going to get out to the lead now. Coming to lap 6, it looks like they're approaching 83 of J.J. Yaley. That's some lap traffic. Kyle Busch sticks his nose in. Harvick slides. What a save by Kevin Harvick, but that's going to stack up the field. Hopefully they don't wreck. Clint Bowyer got out with the lead after all that. Kyle Busch in 2nd, and Keselowski in 3rd. Look at that pack back there. As you can see, the top 2 pulling away. Oh, Kyle Larson. Got spun by the 19, it looked like. Collects Bowman and Ryan Newman. 3 more cars crash on the front straightaway. Let's go back and see what happened to the 42 of Larson. You can see him right there already sideways. It looked like the 19 of Suarez got into him. Not sure if Suarez came up or Larson came down, but either way, it sent the 42 around right into the path of Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman didn't actually get that much damage on the front end of his car. It looks like it might be repairable. And Ryan Newman, you can see he had nowhere to go, hit Larson head on. That was a bad hit there for Newman. The camera does not do it justice. So there you can see Larson and Newman, they were both out of the race. Alex Bowman in pit road did get all that damage fixed up. It looked like quite a bit of damage, but they were able to fix it. It was mainly only on the right front quarter panel. So they're going to have another restart here on lap number 7 with 4 laps remaining. Granted, we don't have a caution again. Busch and Johnson, Busch and Kyle Busch are going to, Bowyer and Busch are going to lead them to the line. I have forgotten how to speak. Anyway, Clint Bowyer with a great restart over Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. Bowyer really getting out to a gap, actually, as Keselowski and Busch fight for 2nd. Now Busch gets the lead, 2nd place away from Keselowski. 3 laps remaining. Can Clint Bowyer get his first ever York Cup Series victory? It's looking very likely, so long as Busch does not catch him. This time we're going to get 2 laps to go. And they're catching up to the lap traffic again. Oh, we got a wreck. Brennan Poole has spun into the inside wall. And to bring out the caution, approaching the white flag. And we are going to have another 2-lap restart here. Here we have the alternate camera angle again, much like we had in that first wreck. Here you can see the 62 right there in the middle of the screen, and the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. And you can see 47 slid up into the 62, and 62 went straight into the inside wall. Hard hit. You see the leaders passed by that wreck there. Great job for Brennan Poole for keeping the car from sliding back up into traffic. Here it is again. There's the 47. They're underneath the 88 of Alex Bowman. And yeah, Allmendinger slid up into him, turned him into the inside wall. And there you see Bowyer, Busch, and Keselowski. Again, great job on Brennan Poole's part not to slide up in front of the field and to keep the car away from causing any more damage to the leaders. That would have been catastrophic if it had collected some of the leaders there. So we're going to have another attempt at a restart with 2 laps remaining. All right, 2 laps to go. Can Bowyer get another good restart? The 2 of Keselowski on his back bumper. Oh, the 2 pushed him a little too much. Mayhem breaking out in turns 1 and 2. And somehow no crash. Oh, there it is. Denny Hamlin and Daniel Suarez. This is going to be a big one. Logano's involved. Stenhouse. Byron. And more cars get collected. Oh my goodness. Chaos ensues on this restart, and we're going to have another attempt with 2 more laps added on. Denny Hamlin, William Byron. Hamlin and Byron don't have too much damage, it appears. But then you've got back here Suarez, Logano, Stenhouse, and then you have Jamie McMurray, Ryan Truex, and Austin Dillon. Watch the 14 and the 2. This appears to be where it started. The 2 just shoved the 14 too much. Slid the 18 up into the wall. There's the 21 of Paul Menard. They all got stacked up there. Busch and Menard hit the wall pretty hard. And smoke started pouring from their cars. And then Hamlin and Suarez got into it. Justin Allgaier just barely clipped the 11 and turned him around, but he'll be able to continue. Bubba Wallace, I think, with a tiny bit of damage. Joey Logano up on top of the 17. And then you saw McMurray got turned around in the back, collected the 63 of Ryan Truex. One more replay here. Again, the 2 pushed the 14, knocked the 18 into the wall. That caused quite a bit of damage to the 18 of Kyle Busch. And in all of this, Brad Keselowski ends up with the lead. Oh, you can see it right there. Denny Hamlin got into the side of Daniel Suarez. You saw it right on the left side there. Joey Logano had nowhere to go. Same for Ricky Stenhouse. William Byron, the second week in a row that he's been involved in a crash. And then McMurray got turned by Trevor Bayne. Ryan Truex had nowhere to go. That really sucks for Pacific Racing. All 3 of their cars taken out in crashes for this race. So we're going to have another restart. You saw the 11 and the 24 drive away. The 18 and the 21 in the pits, they'll restart at the tail of the field. Probably out of contention for the win, but could possibly pick up some more points here. So we got another restart here. Keselowski and Harvick in row 1. Chase Elliott has worked his way up to 3rd. Maybe he can spoil the party here. Green flag is back into the air. A lot of Stewart-Haas Racing forwards on the top lane. Harvick with a run on Keselowski. Can he get there, though? Big move by Ryan Blaney on the backstretch there. Harvick ahead of Keselowski here at the white flag, but he's got to hold off 2 Team Penske Fords. Fords dominating the top 4 here. Keselowski and Harvick racing side by side. Ryan Blaney 3 wide. Ryan Blaney still looking for his first win at Team Penske. Going through 3 and 4. It looks like he's going to do it. One last charge from Keselowski. Not enough. Ryan Blaney has won at Calebville. In a 3-wide finish, Ryan Blaney ends up winning this race, and here he is in victory lane. What a move. That is replay worthy right there. That entire 2 laps. Watch the 12 car. There he is in 5th place. Inside of row 3. Watch what he does. He was making great gains throughout this whole thing. Harvick and Keselowski were having a pretty good battle at the front. Here's Ryan Blaney right here making a 3-wide move down the backstretch to pass Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch. And then coming to the white flag, he's side by side with Bowyer. Gets in front of him. And then coming off turn 2, he pulls the exact same move that he pulled the previous lap. Gets to the inside of Keselowski and Harvick. And Ryan Blaney comes out of nowhere to win this race. As you can see, the rest of the field fly by. There seem to be some interesting cars up in the top 10, but Ryan Blaney will win here at Calebville, but there are some stories that are kind of in the background that people don't pay attention much to. One of them is the sponsored accounts. The sponsored account for the 12 car is Brian Ferris, who has been around since season 2, and is the Street Stock Series champion from season 1, but has never won a York Cup Series race until now. Many second places, many close calls. In fact, just the previous race, Blaney lost in a photo finish to his teammate Joey Logano. But now, Brian Ferris can finally say that he has won a York Cup Series event. So here we have your final race results. Blaney and Keselowski 1-2, the second consecutive 1-2 finish for Team Penske. In fact, last week, their cars dominated the top 3. Kevin Harvick finishing in 3rd, just shy of breaking that winless streak. Clint Bowyer could have won this race, been a first-time winner, but fell short. Chase Elliott with a nice top 5 in the first drive for the Mountain Dew paint scheme. Martin Truex Jr. was kind of nowhere for most of this race, kind of flirting around with the top 10, but ended up in 6th. Kurt Busch fell to 7th. Eric Jones 8th. Darrell Wallace Jr., nice run for him. He ended up finishing 9th in all of this. Eric Almirola, 2, rounding out your top 10. Here's 11th through 20th, Jimmy Johnson, Justin Allgaier. Your Omaha 500 winner, Cole Custer, finishing 13th. And I believe he's still pretty high up in points. Usually the Omaha 500 winner isn't able to stay very high up in points, or at least that was the case last year, but Cole Custer's managing it. Spencer Davis getting Caleb Campbell Motorsports a top 15 finish. Good run for that team. As you can see, Ryan Reed also having a pretty good run. Zane Smith, another Caleb Campbell Motorsports car, finishing inside the top 20. The only car that does not have a sponsored account in this field. And then we have 21st through 30th. The 28th place finisher, J.J. Yaley, was the last car to finish the race. As you can see, Paul Menard, who was having a top 5 run, or a top 10, maybe top 5 run, was involved in that melee on the restart, and unfortunately did not get the finish he wanted. A few other notables back here, including William Byron. And then you have Daniel Suarez and Joey Logano crashing out. 31st through 40th, all these cars did not finish the race. You see all 3 Pacific Racing cars, Truex, Poole, and Terrio. Pacific Racing ended up having a pretty bad outing here. Same for Richard Childress Racing. Both of their cars eliminated in wrecks. And Chip Ganassi Racing. Very interesting in the fact that 3 entire teams were wiped out in this race. And now, we finally get to look at the point standings here. Something that I haven't shown yet. Brad Keselowski leading the points here. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Cole Custer, your top 5. And then you can see right around the cut line for the chase there. Currently, the final 3 spots are all tied between Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez, and Eric Jones. And then you have Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Busch sitting on the outside looking in. You see some notables, of course, Cole Custer, 5th in points. That's really good. Notables down here is Darrell Wallace Jr. in the top 20 in points. And then you have 21st through 40th, Kyle Larson, pretty low down in points. And Matt DiBenedetto, who didn't even start this race, still inside the top 30. And then you can look a bit further down. Tyler Reddick, really low down in points. Same thing for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 38th. Crashed out in 2 races, had a really bad run at Baltimore. Feel really bad for that 17 team. Just can't catch a break here to start off the season. And then 41st through 48th, Austin Dillon, pretty much the same thing. Except worse. And then you see a few of the other cars here at the bottom. So congratulations to Ryan Blaney for winning this race. The next race will be at Bristol, another short track, so that ought to be fun. This is Left Turn Productions, signing out.